welcome back to another edition of How the Hell Did I Get Here? Today we have on the show with us Lisa Artz. Lisa, tell us a little bit about yourself and your How the Hell Did I Get Here moment.
Well, thank you for inviting me to be part of your program today. I work for Choice Bank, which is a 24 location bank in North Dakota and Minnesota. I've been here for 15 years. I am the Director of Corporate Relations. I work with all of our shareholders, our board of directors, our executive team, and our senior management team. So very, very fun, enjoyable job. How did I get here? Well, a number of years ago, I'm not going to say how many, but I thought I was going to be an accountant. So I started out my college education thinking I was going to be an accountant. It was going to be great. I was going to study for my CPA and have this, perfect life as an accountant, whatever that was at the time. So I ended up taking my first 2 semesters, so that'll give it away. It's semesters back then, but of accounting. And I kept thinking to myself, I don't understand this debit and credit stuff. Something I think should be a debit is a credit and vice versa. And I thought, this isn't exactly what I had in mind. So I switched it up. I did a general business degree. And I thought, that'll give me opportunity to kind of go wherever I want. Never did I think I would end up in banking. I started out in human resources and training. I never thought I would be speaking in front of many people, whether it be employees, team members, groups, associations, whatever. I never thought I'd be on stage, so to speak. So it's been a great change for me, growing experience from the beginning. And it continues every single day in every interaction that I have. So I feel like I've been very blessed. And I've always been able to join organizations that are innovative and futuristic and very customer focused. And I think all of those things combined is what has made my employer successful, and then myself as well along the way.
Man, I love that. See, the years you said earlier, well, you don't want to say how many years ago, but there is a gift of getting older that allows you to do those things, I think.
I think so too. And I think a lot of times in the workplace, there's been so much focus on millennials and Gen Zs, which is great. We have to be aware of these new employee groups that are going to be joining our organizations in the coming years. But in the meantime, we also need to know that there are older individuals on the workforce like myself who can bring perspective, who can serve as a coach or a mentor or an advisor. And so let's not just diminish those years of experience in light of looking for, change is good and fresh blood is good. Yes, that is true, but there's a balance of, experience and advisement and the coaching aspect too.
Well, bless your heart, because it's one of the hallmarks of us fixers, Lisa, is that we sometimes fix problems that other people don't have even. So
yeah, just this morning, as a matter of fact, Rachel was trying to fix a problem. I said, no, I would like to just be angry on principle. I don't intend to.
It's hard for us to not fix problems. For sure. I love the story of that you've learned gradually over time. So do you think that you've gotten better at sort of being adaptable and flexible, or do you think you had that early on?
I think a little of both, although I think it's more of becoming consciously aware of when there's an opportunity to learn and grow and be adaptable to do that. I feel like when I was younger, I was very much a yes person. I had a hard time saying no. It's like, will you do this particular task? Yes. Will you stay after hours and take on this project? Yes. Will you volunteer for this and this and that? And I always said yes. I feel like I've gotten better in terms of not being a yes person, but recognizing the opportunities where I can bring value to it or my participation brings value to the organization, the charity, the project group, whatever. So,
Do you have so you had a moment in college where you went, this isn't going to work. And actually, it's funny that you had that moment because Meg has a finance degree and also had a similar moment. So it's great you guys have a little bit of shared history. But is there a time in your career where you took a minute and decided, this isn't really the place for me and had to make a pivot, or was it all sort of gradual learning that got you where you are?
that's a great question. And I believe for me, it's been gradual learning along the way. Um, I've had opportunities to do so many things I never would have been able to do otherwise. In my training stint, I was able to travel uh, around 7 different states, and that's where I learned as a single female to rent a car and drive across Nebraska in the middle of the night at midnight and try to make it to my hotel for a training session the next day. So, I mean, all of those are such amazing growing experiences that I've just been fortunate along the way. And from a career or role perspective, uh, I've had such great managers too and particularly right now, the CEO who is my manager, um, he has a knack for recognizing the right role for the right person at the right time. And so I really give a lot of credit to him for recognizing, hey, you've done marketing for 15 years and you're good at it, but I think you'd be even better at XYZ. And that's my role, role today. And he saw that opportunity for me. And I get to come to work every single day and say, I have the best job in the company because I truly believe that it is the best job for me in the company.
Awesome. Well, as you know, and some of our listeners know, we've got our culture type assessment, and we had you take the culture type assessment. Lisa, your results are you are a fixer. Anything about that result that surprises you?
That does not surprise me at all. All of my family members in particular would tell me to quit fixing things for my 17-year-old teenager son. Um, no, it doesn't surprise me that I am a fixer. And do I like that? Uh, yes, I like to be able to solve problems, find solutions, help people. But also to balance that, I need to recognize when I can let others find solutions and be independent and learn and grow along the way. So don't hog it all. Don't hog all the solutions. Share it with those around you.
Yeah, for sure. The older I get, the more that seems like a very reasonable argument. I remember being I was a scientist in my early career, and I remember being the young research scientist just begging for some way in the door, and I was getting no, it's okay. It's okay. We got it. And I was just like, so the older I get, I'm like, yeah, that's a good, we want to honor those people that have had the years in. That's great.
All right. Well, Lisa, thank you again for joining us. That concludes this segment of our "How the Hell Did I Get Here" show.